So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, hits to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30. Needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline. Breaks the third tackle. Comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst breaking tackle after tackle. Sweeps down the sideline. Throws off bodies like clothes after a marathon.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He died. Touchdown, 49ers.
Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking down in post, and it's good. Touchdown! Touchdown, 49ers!
It is second down. Ryan takes the snap, throws the slant to the left side. It's Russell, intercepted! The 49ers pick it, and Navarro Bowman is redemption! Navarro Bowman running it all the way for the touchdown! No greater redemption!
The San Francisco 49ers, we can do whatever we want.
Click, click, boom! What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is back, and we're here to bring you guys another fun-filled episode. Can you guys hear me okay? We good?
Yeah, you good.
All right, guys. I kind of messed up, man. My bad. I'm over here playing around with some stuff, and I goofed. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. All right, guys. We're here to bring you guys the Rivalry Restored. You guys got me? You good? You can hear me, right? Okay. So
A little louder.
All right, how's that? Is that better?
Good.
Got me good? All right, so, Rivalry Restored, guys. The 49ers getting ready to take on the Dallas Cowboys, man, in the playoffs. Tony, I was thinking about the playoffs this week, man, and I was just looking at some of the teams that are in there, right? You got the Cowboys, you got the Niners, right? You got the Chiefs, you got the Raiders. This kind of feels like old school time, right?
Yeah, it does. Old school names are in there, old school teams.
Like this is good for football, no?
You would think so, yeah. We'll see how the outcome comes, how it works out.
I mean, that part we don't know, but you're looking at the teams that are in there. I mean, all that's missing are like the Cleveland Browns or something like this. But it just feels very old school, like the teams when you step back and you look at them. Like these are like the teams that were great. The Steelers are in there, the 49ers, the Cowboys, the Chiefs. Like this is good. The Raiders, like this is good. This is good stuff right here. Like this is your dad's. You know how they say like this isn't your granddad's whatever. Like this isn't your granddad's truck, or this isn't your dad's truck. This is your dad's playoff team. This is your dad's playoff lineup, right?
Mm-hmm. All right. Absolutely.
So, man, look, man, we got a lot to go over. I'm going to run through these formalities really quick, okay? So you guys can check this out. Oh, that's right. The Bengals are in too, right?
Yeah.
Damn, the Bengals are in. Okay, guys, if it's your first time here on the YouTube page, we thank you guys for your time. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Give us a follow on some of our social media platforms. We have Twitter and Snapchat. Those handles are Nothing But 9 ERS. We also have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch, and that is Nothing But Niners, spelled all the way out. We have an email for you guys. If you have questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, feedback, NB9ERS at nothingbutniners.com. And last but certainly not least, guys, head on over to the Patreon, okay? The place to be if you want to party with me, especially on Thursdays, okay? Patreon.com/NB9ERS. I'm your guy, 49ers Mike _NFL. To my right is my guy, Tony. He is NJ, Niner fan, 499. Now, man, listen, you're over there. You're sounding better. Are you feeling any better?
Every time at night, it just seems to get worse. It sucks, but I mean, I feel a little bit better as far as like chills and body aches and stuff. But the cough is just unreal. It sucks, man. Takes the life out of you. I swear, I pulled like a muscle on the side of my my rib cage going into the side of my stomach. I pulled it. Every time I cough, I'm like this. It's like horrible.
Yeah, that's not good, man. Hopefully you feel better. Like I said, man, and I wasn't joking either. You sound better, so that's the start. My father-in-law, and my mother-in-law just found out today that they have COVID. And my father-in-law gives my wife a ride back and forth to work. Now, fortunately for us, she hasn't gone. Tuesday was her last day in this week, and she once she found out they were positive, she took a test. It's negative, so that was a good thing, But we just got to be careful, man. And it seems to be like a cough with everybody I know that's gotten it recently. It's all been just this congestion.
It's like respiratory. It's like upper respiratory, nasal, like sinus infection. It's all it is, really. Thank God.
So, Tony, man, we're supposed to be talking about this game, man. We're supposed to be previewing this game, and I don't know. Do we start with a light review of the game, or do we just move ahead? Do we just go forward? Like how do you want to do this? We did get some news today. We got a couple of different things to go over, but how you want to like get some final thoughts off on the YouTube page here now? It's different than what we do on Patreon. Not everybody is privy to the Patreon, so.
I mean, we pretty much overviewed the game. You're talking about the Ram game, correct?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, I don't know how much of a review we did on that. What was that, on Tuesday? We did it.
Yeah, we pretty much touched on it on Tuesday. The goods, the bads, the thumbs up, the thumb down, if you will, the positive, the negatives. I just really think we should focus on this Dallas game because there's a lot that needs to be discussed. It's up to you, whatever you want to do.
All right. I mean, well, we got to start with the 49ers news, right? I mean, that's the first thing. And I think probably some of the most important parts of the 49er news is the word on Trent Williams. Now, let me tell you, man. Let me tell you how long of a week I'm having. I went on a show. I was a guest on my buddy's show, and one of the guys is a Cowboys fan, so he called me to be on there. And I'm sitting there and I'm talking. I'm like, yeah, Trent Williams didn't practice today. Right? And that's literally what I'm saying because I thought today was Wednesday all day long. And it's weird because I did the party in the Palisade, right? But I came home and I jumped on his video and I'm like, yeah, he didn't practice today. Whatever. But the truth of the matter is, Trent Williams did practice today. He returned back to practice today in a limited form, and that was very, very good to see. So, what are your thoughts on that? How big of a deal is it that we're getting the monster back on the
I think it's absolutely huge, and they need him this game. He did an interview with somebody, I think, for ESPN or someone. I think it was Ed Werder talked to him or his camp, and they pretty much said Trent will play. He's not missing this game. The injury does not require surgery. He's going to just tape it or something, and he's playing the game. And the Niners desperately need him this game facing the defensive front, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Every game is important now, especially now, right? It's something that you say like throughout the year, every time something happens, like, oh, every game is important. You don't want to overlook anybody, right? But this one kind of takes the cake, like this is there's nothing left there's no holding back at this point. You know what I'm saying? And so seeing that the big man was back out there on the field was very, very good. I want to see him out there. I want him to be out there. You got one of the best offensive players in the entire NFL, regardless of position. Like when they do the NFL top 100 this year, I 100% expect him to be in the top
10. Well, someone just rated him the top player in the league this year.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah,
like
one of the PFF ones or something. I don't know which one it was, but they definitely rated him up there. I don't know if he'll come out number one on the top 100, though.
No, I don't think he'll come in number one in the top 100, but I do think that seeing a left tackle in the top 10 is a big deal. I'm trying to think of if it happened previously. And I'll be completely honest with you guys. I stopped watching this, the top 100 list thing a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to, maybe Bakhtiari. I don't know. I guess I could pull up the list. I don't have to sit here and guess, right? This is a tweet from Nick Wagner here. He says 49ers left tackle Trent Williams' elbow is on the field during early portion of practice. Now, this was a video, and then we went on to find out that he was on the field, but only in a limited fashion. He was not a full participant. Are you concerned at all? And I'm not saying whether or not he'll play. He'll play. But are you concerned with how much of himself he'll actually be able to be when he's out there?
No, because listen, I think that they'll give him an injection or something to get him through that game, numb the area, whatever the problem is in the elbow, and he'll go through it because he got hurt allegedly early in the game versus the Texans, and he continued the whole game. So he missed last week, and he's ready to roll this week, and we're going to need him. He's going to need to be on his A game this week.
Yeah. Can you see that? Can you see that tweet there?
Yeah,
Trent, that's the one that you were talking about. You want to break that down for us real quick?
So Trent Williams is named the best overall player by PFF after recording the highest grade ever. Watch, I don't know what it was. Does it say that?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't say the grade on there, but I think it was something like 90, 98.6 or something like that.
Yeah. Listen, the guy's good at what he does, man. He's the best left tackle in the league. He's an athletic freak. He's a good pass blocker, great in the run game, gets pushed. That's what you want. You want this on this offensive line, especially if you're going to try to set the tone versus Dallas and really try to play that bully ball or time possession offense with running the ball, whether it's inside, outside, design sweeps or whatever. Whatever Kyle draws up and Mike McDaniel and the rest of them. But they're going to need them all because I think Tom Compton's going to have his hands full this week, and you might have to see somebody chip in to help him.
How do you think Compton did? Last game, man?
I thought Compton played okay in pass when he's in his pass sets. I mean, in the run game, Tom Compton's a good right tackle when it comes to run blocking, sealing off the backside, getting downfield, leading on sweeps, leading on the outside zone, and stuff like that. I mean, that's why Kyle kept him around, right? We kept saying he's like a turnstile. He's this, he's that, he's that. But Kyle kept him around for that reason. He gets downfield. He looks like Joe Staley running down the field, like lead blocking and Mike McGlinchey. But, his pass protection needs work, and sometimes he needs a chip and he needs help. But listen, we cannot sleep on this edge rushers and his defensive line from Dallas. Right. They could, screw up this game plan pretty good. Now, do I think that's going to happen? No, because I trust Kyle. But they are a good defensive front. Let's get it straight. Let's not screw around here.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's going to argue with you about that, man. Because they are who they are. Now, I can make an argument about who they played against and things like that.
Of course.
But they still are an NFL team, and you cannot. The talent is the talent, right? And when a guy is constantly doing what he's doing, like Micah Parsons doing it so well, teams will game plan around you, and if you can still be effective, then you're a good player. That's what it comes down to. Anybody can get hot. Anybody can have a couple of good games, and then once teams start to key in on you and try to take that away from you, if you can prevent them from being able to neutralize you're a good player, And I'm saying that kind of tongue in cheek because we've seen games where our own guy and our own edge rusher Nick Bosa is neutralized, right? It takes 3 players to do it. That's not neutralization. That is tilting the favor heavily in our eyes.
Yes.
If it's supposed to be 11 on 11, and if one guy is getting 3 of them, that means there's 2 people free now. You get them? So exactly. It's really good. It's really good. It works in our favor. So, and I'm not saying Parsons is that good because I don't think he's that good, but he is someone to be respected. What kind of year is DeMarcus Lawrence having,
man? Lawrence was out for missed a decent amount of time with an injury. He's back now. He's healthy. He's playing pretty damn well. He's another depth piece, or he's another threat to that defensive line that you have to account for. I mean, they have, and sometimes they align Parsons, they align Balmore, they align Gregory, Lawrence. They align all these guys in all different lineups, like inside, outside, and they're good players, but they're also very young, and they're about to face an offense where they literally need to play with a head on a swivel because it's not going to be the guy in front of you blocking you, and you're going to see him down block, and you think you're free, and you're going to get cracked from the side. So this defense might have to take a step back in their aggression in the way they play the 49ers. So because the creative blocking scheme that Kyle implemented with Mike McDaniel and Forster, they have to play true techniques and true to their defense and sound assignment football. You cannot cheat. You cannot blow up field because you will just throw it out of the way. I mean, how many times have we said, look what the Niners do with Donald? You know what I'm saying? He's the best interior defensive lineman in the league. And Donald was very quiet last week. So, and I was on Spaces today with Minnesota, with Dallas's fan base, Niners fan base. And it's like the tick for tack. It's like, oh, well, you do this, whatever. Let him play the game. Let it is. Dallas is a good team, but the 49ers are a good team too. Granted, the Niners got lucky. They won They won and they're in. But, there's something to be said about the Dallas Cowboys schedule that they played. How they're 6-0 versus the weakest in the division. You take those 6 wins away, you're not in the playoffs. So it's kind of like, you could pick your poison in and out. But my main objective is right now it's 0-0. Everyone has a 0. Everyone's undefeated. No one's got a loss. No one's got to win. It's go time. This is the season. Now let's go play the game.
Yeah. All right. I was on my guy. Okay, so the show that I was on earlier today, we actually recorded the episode. It's going to be airing tomorrow. It's called Football Talk, right here on YouTube, so you guys can check that out. And the kid, I asked him how confident he was that the Cowboys were going to win on a scale of 1 to 10. Tony, he said 10. He said 10.
Wait. Did he really say 10 or you just said 10?
I swear to God, he said 10. I swear to God, he said 10. All right, now listen. Is that laugh? Same laugh?
Oh, God. Listen.
Same laugh, right?
It was the same thing today in the group, in the space, Mike. I mean, you could even ask Nick because Nick was in there, and I'm texting Nick with him. This guy's talking. I'm like, this guy just in his head, Dallas beat the 49ers already. And I understand the fan base. You have to be confident that you got your team's back. But I will say this: you got to play the game, man.
Right.
You need to play the game. So. And Dak, our passing game is unstoppable. Listen, okay, you got a good passing game.
Well, no, they listen, man. I did some quick math on the show, and they in their last 8 or 9 games, they're averaging 425 passing yards a game. Right? The Niners haven't allowed a single 400-yard passer all year. In fact, only allowed one over 300. Only one, and so. This is
remember it was 2 because the second one went into overtime, and that put him over to 300. I think I'm not 100% sure.
Now you got me questioning myself. I'm pretty sure we only have one. 49ers. Hold on, I got it right here. I'll pull it back up here. You got me second guessing myself here, man. I don't think so though. Passing yards on defense, total yards, no passing yards. Week 1, Detroit had 314. And then the Bengals, overtime, 311.
That's the overtime one.
311. That's it. So remember when we played 2012? Let me take you back. It was a game in December. Cold winter's night. The city was Foxborough. The 49ers were going in to the Patriots' house, where the Patriots had not lost a game in 3 years in the month of December.
Mm-hmm.
Snow coming down, national television. The game was so good that the president had to interrupt it. get it moved. I don't know if you guys remember this or not. I remember this game, right? And the Patriots had the number one offense, 49ers had the number one defense, and they were coming head to head, right? Now, Cowboys have the number one scoring offense because of a couple 50-point games and a 49-point game, right? But the Niners have the number 3 overall defense. And it's not a fluke either. I went back and I looked at our schedule. I looked at some of the numbers. We've been a really good team, Tony. But like D'Amico Ryans deserves a lot more credit than what people give. Do you know the last time a team rushed for 100 yards total was the Seahawks game, week 13?
Uh-huh.
And if you take that game out, you got to go all the way back to week 9 against the Cardinals, and half of that was freaking Kyler Murray.
Yep.
Like, dude, he flipped the switch. 52 total yards, 54 total yards, 67 total yards, 86 total yards, 62 total yards, 90, 86, 64. He just flipped the switch. He just flipped the switch, and now you can't run on this team. You're not throwing for 300. I mean, look at, oh my God. This team is just all of a sudden a very, very different team. People have to deal with this, man. And it's rough. It's going to be tough. And it's going to be a game of strength against strength. The question is, I guess, can Kyle Shanahan and company put up points? Are we going to be able to score? And that's really what it comes down to. And the Cowboys have that bend but don't break type defense also. You know what I mean? They get stubborn in certain parts of the field, but, you know, it is what it is. Football talk, this is it right here, guys. Is what I was telling you about. You guys will see me repping on their show tomorrow when they drop the episode. My man, he said 10 out of 10, man. He says, hey, Mike, thanks for coming on. No problem, man. Anything for my guys, man. You guys are good people over there. But, you know, Tony, man. All right. We got a couple of other things to get to before we jump into this, and we're going to make this a quick show, I promise. All right. So let me do this one here also. We talked about that for Trent Williams. Here we go. Boom. Why did Matt Mayoko do this? The 49ers list quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo thumb as a full participant in today's practice. P.S. Kyle Shanahan still hasn't announced him as a starter. Why would he tweet this? What is he? What? Huh?
This Matt being Matt. I don't know.
That's not Matt being Matt. Matt doesn't do that.
Why would he tweet it then?
I don't know, bro.
What are you looking for? Something? Dum.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I had something for it, but I don't. Oh wait, this button says awkward. I don't know how that's awkward, but I don't understand what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can he? Why would he tweet that out? Everyone knows that Jimmy's the starter. Is it the fact that, like, this is the first time I can honestly say this, man. I haven't seen. I jumped in a couple of spaces, listen real quick, jump back out. I pop on people's videos while they're on YouTube and everything. There's no more. There's no more like Jimmy shouldn't be the starter. Oh, we should play Trey in this game, right? You got a heavy dose of that last week. Jimmy comes back. Everyone's stopped that. You haven't heard it anymore. And then Matt tweets that. Matt Mayoko tweets that. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I think what it comes down to is I think we're beyond the start Trey chant or how do you call it? Pushing for start Trey. I feel if Trey was really going to be the starter, Jimmy would not have played last week. And we would be just Trey 100% going forward. But being that Jimmy played last week, he had somewhat of a success in a big game. Kyle's leaning towards the experience in a playoff game. They are on the road. And I think he's going to sink or swim with Jimmy. Do I think if the only way we would see Trey is if something happens to that thumb, in my opinion. You know, Kyle all year said that Jimmy's the guy. So I don't think he changes it right now.
He's not changing. He's not changing it at all. going to be Jimmy all year. Not the trade thing is over. We got to move on from it, But let me ask you this question, man. We have to keep in mind what this team went through and what they overcame. And my problem with Matt's tweet, again, just in case you guys missed it, 49ers quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo thumb as a full participant in today's practice. And in parentheses, P.S. Kyle Shanahan still hasn't announced him as a starter. There's no LOL, no emoji or anything like that. He just typed that in there. And this is the longest the faithful have been peaceful and in unity online. So that's why it bothered me. I felt like it was going against all the, like, we were finally saying, hey, it's us against them. Like you said, in spaces, you got Cowboys fans in there saying this, and this. You got Niner fans chirping back at them. Everyone's doing videos and crossovers. You know what I'm saying? People are calling you to get on their shows. People are calling me to get on their shows, right? We're doing this back and forth, and it's really us against the world, right? Like it's us against them, okay? Mm-hmm. That is so divisive. Am I just, the question I wanted to ask is just a quick yes or no. Am I just looking into it too much?
You might be a little bit, but then no, you're not.
That's fair. Just remember 3 weeks ago, before anybody announced anything about Jimmy's injury, Matt was the guy who went on his podcast and randomly started saying how good Trey was. The next thing you know, the next week, Trey started, and Jimmy's injury was announced.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm not saying that I got a feeling about anything. That just was seriously random. But that's all I got to say. For real. Because there's no way Kyle was saving it for I'm not doing this. I am not doing this. I'm not doing it. Can we move on?
Move on.
Okay. All right. Practice report today, okay? The following people were limited in practice per Jennifer Lee Shan. Linebacker Aziz Al-Shaair. Linebacker Marcel Harris. Safety Talanoa Hufanga. Running back Elijah Mitchell. Safety Jaquaski Tart. Tackle Trent Williams. Punter Mitch Wisnowski. All of these guys were limited. And then her second part of that tweet, full participants in practice. Here are the other players who went full go. Nick Bosa, he had a rest day. Dre Greenlaw, groin. Reese Hurst. George Kittle, and Alex Mack. Is Hurst going to make his debut in the postseason?
I do think so, because I do think they're going to need to rotate that defensive line and stay fresh to get pressure on Dak. I do.
Damn. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. All right, cool. I see what does Dak mean?
I don't know. Dak? I don't know. Dak.
Is it short for something?
I don't know. I don't know.
Right? I don't know. It sounds like I don't know, something a bird would say. Dak? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna look up Dak Prescott. Let's see if it's short for something. Maybe it's. Oh, it is short. This dude's name is Rain Dakota.
Rain Dakota?
His name is Rain Dakota Prescott. I had no idea. Holy smokes.
Damn.
Here, look at how Rain is spelled. They do it like very, very unique. Rain Dakota Prescott. Oh, I saw somebody in here say it. Short for Dakota. Check you out, man. Check you out. Hey, Nigel, mind your business, bro. Don't worry about me. Mind your business, bro. All right. Okay. What'd you say?
You're funny.
Yeah. No. All right, man.
No.
I got nothing else, man. I'm ready to go home, bro. I'm ready to go. No, I'm kidding, man. Look. Mike, wait. Yeah. I watched y'all very first episode. Y'all came along. Yeah. Oh yeah. I feel bad for you actually watched the first episode. Did you see the whole thing? That's crazy. Thank you. Thank you for going back and doing it, man. Cool. This game is a big one, man. Next time we're gonna be live is gonna be on Sunday, unless we can get something else going on, which I highly doubt. I got a funeral to go to on Saturday, so I think we have to talk about how we think this game is gonna go. We talked a little bit about strengths versus weaknesses. They're high-powered, high-scoring, big-time throwing offense against us. All year long, I would have said that our secondary isn't going to hold up, but they've been doing a really, really good job. And like you said, it took that overtime game against the best receiving core in the NFL and the Bengals to get over 300 yards.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the secondary. You look at what our guy Mosley looked like. He looked great out there. Ambry Thomas, bro, that interception might have been the worst thing that could have happened for any team in the postseason. That might have been the worst thing that could happen for opposing teams. And so, how do you think this team? All right, I'll tell you what. Give me ways you think the Niners could struggle. That's what I want.
Struggle?
Yep. Tell me how the Niners could struggle.
On offense, if Jimmy makes his stupid throws, if they fall behind and become one-dimensional, I think they could struggle on the offensive side of the ball. The whole objective and the whole goal is to stay balanced. I'm not saying 50-50. I'm saying balanced as in run, pass, run, pass, run, pass. Like to set up the offense, right? Because the run game, a successful run game sets up the play-action pass. The play-action pass is what Jimmy's strength is. So with that being said, I think if Kyle comes in with the 30 to 40 rush attempts and the passing on the 25 attempts, I think that shows that the offense will be operating balanced. And as long as Jimmy doesn't make poor decisions with the ball, poor locating of the ball, accuracy, fumbling the ball, any turnovers, I think the offensive side would be okay. Defense, where the issue is, if the defensive line can't get home with 4, I think now you could get into a little bit of trouble versus the pass. The run game, I think our defense and their base could come out and stop their run. I know they're going to try to hit you in the middle and try to ground and pound inside because our linebackers aren't the biggest, but we are the fastest. So you're not going to flank us with the speed to the outside because they will play sideline to sideline. But if the defensive line can't get there, it could expose the secondary. Could.
I keep hearing Cowboys fans talk about the run game as if their running offense has been anything to brag about. I don't get it. Is it because they think that no one else knows that Zeke Elliott isn't their top running back right now? Is that what it is, or like
Cowboy fans are Cowboy fans? They're gonna they think they're the
wait. You mean to tell me that Cowboys fans are Cowboys fans?
Yeah, they're Cowboy fans. They're America's team. They're invincible. It is what it is. It happens with fan bases, right? There's some 49er fans that when we were 2 and 3 and 5, whatever, we're the best team in the NFL. It doesn't happen that way. Dallas is a good football team, but the 49ers are just as good. Okay, maybe their strength, we're not as good as their strength as far as spreading the ball around, dropping back 40 times and letting it rip. That's not our style. And I was trying to explain this to the gentleman in the space, saying, yeah, well, we could drop back and we could become one-dimensional. We don't need a run game. We could pass and win. Well, that's your offense. That's your scheme. The 49ers offense is not created that way. It's not made to run that way. Our scheme is play action pass, balanced attack, heavy run attack, inside, outside, creativity, trying to attack the weakness link. use your aggression against yourself. So for them to just come out and say, yeah, we'll just throw the ball down the field, that's fine. Oh, well, you can't throw it us because we have Diggs. Okay, but we're not going to be running a 9 route on Diggs. There's going to be guys coming off of emotion. They're going to be doing mesh level routes. There's the 49ers offense is not your traditional offense.
Right.
So that's what we were just kind of like in a stalemate with. And then he turns around and says the linebackers, they could defend the field, the middle of the field pretty well, meaning the safety and the linebackers.
Their linebackers or ours?
Theirs. And then he turns around and says, well, our weakness is Van Der Esch.
Who's a linebacker?
Who's a linebacker. And I'm going to tell you right now, Kyle will test him, just like he's going to test Parsons, and just like he's going to test Diggs. Now, the one wild card that, in my opinion, I would truly keep an eye on is Curse. The big safety when they come out in a big nickel and they line him up as a linebacker or put him on the line of scrimmage and rush him off the edge. He's a pretty damn good player. He's an athletic freak. He's 6'4". He can cover. That's someone that I'm going to keep my eye on in the matchup versus George Kittle. But again, it's not George Kittle releasing off the line of scrimmage. George Kittle will be on movement at the snap. So it's not a clean release. Well, it is a clean release. And Kittle has already momentum going into the route where he's flat-footed. You understand what I'm saying? So it's the little things like that where Kyle gets an advantage, something stupid like that. But, it just seems like Dallas is like, all right, who we got next? Some of these fans. And I just don't like that.
Yeah. The other thing that I was looking at and listening to with all this talk was how good their players are. And like they were naming individual players, Michael Parsons, you know what I'm saying? Like DeMarcus Lawrence, things like that. And then there was the corner, Diggs, who's got all the interceptions. And what I've been wanting to point out to people, and you'd be the guy to elaborate and expound on it better than I can. Kyle likes to frustrate the good players on the defense.
100%.
He likes to toy with those guys. Like, oh, you think this guy is going to be the guy that stops us? I'm going to have him being the dizzy guy. Mm-hmm. He likes to get in, because if I can take down your defensive juggernaut, the rest of the team is just going to crumble. How can we do that?
How can we do it?
Yeah.
It's all going to be off. It's all going to be off the alignments and the pre-snap motions. They are going to. I mean, you saw it with Jalen Ramsey. You saw it with Aaron Donald. Remember the one game Aaron Donald took his helmet off and slammed it on the floor, and then you see the camera pans off to Ramsey on the sideline, fighting with the coach, screaming in people's faces. Kyle has the ability. He has this uncanny, God-willing ability to use the defensive aggression against them. And it frustrates the shit out of the defense. They think they're putting their ears back. They think they got it all figured out. Well, when someone's running by you in the opposite direction because you're following, you think you got it read because the play is going this way, but meanwhile everything is going to be going that way. You're just like, holy shit. And like, someone just put in the chat, Parsons is the heart of the Dallas defense. I think Parsons is a good player, but I'm not going to say he's the heart. I think he's the most athletic. He has the highest ceiling. He is a playmaker. But I think Kyle could easily take Parsons out of this game if he wants to. You want to put Parsons on the edge and put his hand in the ground? Oh, sure. You're going to have Kittle coming in motion. Juszczyk at the snap is going to follow Kittle, and he's going to have Trent head up on him. I can't see him winning that battle. 235, 240 versus 320, plus Kittle, plus Juice. So it's kind of like Kyle can pick and choose his battles. He could find ways where he could put this person in a situation to make a split decision or react instantaneously, and it could be the wrong decision. So, again, we would just keep going and going. We're going back and forth in the space. And they think, like, if you stop Debo, the offense is done. No.
What?
Like they were kind of like, well, if we could double up Debo, take him out, then the Niners would have to become more like, try to go this way, try to go that. It doesn't work that way. It's about playing chess versus checkers. The reason why Kyle aligned Debo in the backfield is because creating throwing windows and opportunities in the defense. Because now your eyes are in the backfield. Where the hell is he going? And Kittle's running a shallow cross behind you. So it's like what they call sleight of hand. Like look over here, but really this is going on over here.
It's direction. Yeah. I get you, man. I'm with you 100%. Like people have to you take Bosa. You take Samuel out, and the game go. Oh, you got. Do they know what Kittle did last week, or how much he do as far as the offensive help goes? You know what I mean? Now there was this cool stat that I saw. Did I get this graphic? Actually, there was this cool stat that I saw. Ayuk getting 107 and Kittle. Did I get it? Man, I don't know if I got it or not. It was the first time the 49ers had 3 receivers over 90 yards. Where is it?
Yeah, Gabriel just put Tony Parsons likes to line up on the right side of the tackle. I totally understand that. And that is the one situation matchup that honestly scares me. But let's just say if he lines up on the 3rd and short or 3rd and long, damn well Kyle's going to motion somebody or flank somebody off of Tom Compton to help him. He's not going to put Compton in a situation to go one-on-one with a speed guy where clearly Compton does have issues with speed guys running the arc to the quarterback. So
why you put a rookie on the right side?
They're aligning Parsons on Compton. He likes to line up on the right side of the offensive formation.
Right.
So, which is smart on Dan Quinn's part because you're putting your top speed guy against your weakest tackle.
Exactly.
But I mean, look what George Kittle. Look what not George Kittle. Look what Nick Bosa goes through on a week in and week out basis, probably for the last 8 weeks. There's a tackle, a tight end, and then he gets chipped by a wide receiver. So there's ways around it. I mean, if you're that worried about it, I would try running right at him and see how he can handle it. Right? You're going to test him. You got to run right at him, see how he handles, see if he can set the edge. It's stuff like that. Like Cowboy fans just focus in on, we got that. We got this. We're going to throw all over you. Well, if Dak is running around for his life because they can't protect they can't block these defensive linemen. And remember, the majority of the time, this team does not blitz. It's with their 4 down linemen.
Yeah.
You're
absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. Look at this. This was incredible. I really got happy when I saw this. When Brandon Ayuk finished with 107 receiving yards, Deebo Samuel had 95 and Juwan Jennings had 94. It marked the first time in 49ers history 3 players finished with 90 or more receiving yards in the game. Kind of amazing considering who else has caught passes for the franchise. I mean, damn it, that's incredible. That right there is freaking incredible.
And the sad thing is, right? Like just looking at that statistic, that goes to tell you one thing, right? You don't know who it's going to be. Dallas can't focus in on one person. You can't because they can go across the board. Oh, you want to bracket Debo? All right, that's fine. Bracket Debo. We're going to put him in the backfield so you can't bracket him. You want to then double team George Kittle? That's fine because we'll move Debo out to the line of scrimmage and motion Kittle. And then what are you going to do with Ayuk and Jennings? There's things that they could do to manipulate it. Like, it's not like the old day, like with the 49ers. It was Jerry Rice and it was John Taylor. And you would double Jerry Rice, try to take him out, and go one-on-one with John Taylor. It doesn't work that way right now. There's weapons across the board. The only reason why I'm not going to sit here and say the San Francisco 49ers are going to blow the shit out of the Cowboys is because I don't know what Jimmy Garoppolo is going to show up. No one does. Not even Vegas.
That's not true. That's not true. We know exactly what Jimmy is going to show up, bro. We know what Jimmy's going to show up. It's the Jimmy that's going to look really good sometimes and look like, what are you doing? A couple of other times in the game.
But if the what is he doing isn't completed, meaning intercepted, we can get away with that. If it's intercepted, that's where it becomes where Kyle has to go away from structure and scripted plays to, okay, now we need to become one-dimensional.
Bro, I don't know another game where Jimmy Garoppolo had 2 interceptions and we won 4. The team is showing that they can overcome stuff. I sat here for 3 weeks in a row, and I said, man, Matt Stafford threw 2 interceptions, and they still managed to win. Must be nice. I tweeted this kind of shit out.
Yeah.
I put it in tweets. Kyle Shanahan said, hey, Mike, you want to see something? Watch this. And he went out there and he did it. He overcame 2 interceptions, and we still won the game. I mean, like you said, man, it's been a long time coming, and we've needed it. 3 receivers. And by the way, none of those were Kittle. None of them were Kittle. The first time that 3 pass catchers for the 49ers had over 90 yards. Guys, Kyle Shanahan's offense is here.
But
It's freaking here.
It's not 3 receivers. If you want to be technical, there's so many weapons on this team, whether it's Debo, Ayuk, Jennings, Kittle, Mitchell, Jeff Wilson Jr., Hasty. Now you get into the second tight end, Dwelly, Warner, and then now you bring in Sherfield. And then the number 1 ace in the hole, Kyle Juszczyk.
Right.
We're not even talking about Kyle Juszczyk. Like, there are so many ways and pieces that Kyle could strategically place them against this defense and attack them. So if the Dallas Cowboys, first of all, the Dallas Cowboys right now, after watching the last, 4 to 5 games of the 49ers, they can't sit there and say this is their go-to guy. They can't. So they don't know who to take out. So what they're going to do is they're going to try it, because I would not go into a game trying to say I'm taking Debo out, because if I'm the opposing team facing the Niners, they put Debo in the backfield way too much. And at that point, by the time he gets to the line of scrimmage and run his route, it's way too late to commit to bracket him or double him or high-low him, whatever you want to call it. So you're going to have to do it to somebody else. So now you're putting in a one-on-one situation with Debo. And that's how Kyle stays ahead of the game. Just because where he aligns these people, right? Now, when you motion, if they come out shotgun and they'll put Ayuk all the way to the left with George in the slot, and then you have Debo, how do I say this? Debo and what's his name in the backfield, right? And they motion Mitchell from to the left of Jimmy all the way out to the right sideline. Now you're taking a linebacker, if they're in man coverage, all the way out and putting a hole in the field. So it's I don't know.
Chess, man. Kyle be in his bag, bro. It's okay. It is okay, man. It's really okay, man. I like that. I like it. Just give me a quick give me win-loss prediction, man, and we're gonna get out of here. We'll go home.
Oh man, you're gonna really do this?
You don't have to give me a score. Just go ahead and say it, man. All right, I tell you what. I'll say what I gotta say. Bro, we're gonna blow the Cowboys out.
Here we go. We got a Cowboy fan in here. 42-13, Cowboys win.
He wishes. Listen, there's no way the Niners don't win this game by double-digit points. There's no way. There is no way. Now, I said blowout. I'm going to take that back because it's the postseason. I do think if we get a comfortable enough lead, and when I say comfortable enough, I think Kyle goes to ball control, clock eating, not so much trying to get points. I think there's a big difference, right? His team just came back from 17. And because that happened, he's going to have his foot on the gas from start to finish. And I think that's going to really, really do damage to the Cowboys, as opposed to him coming out conservative. Let's see if I got to turn it up a little bit or whatever. I think he realized, hey, there's no such thing as a safe lead. And I can't wait to see the Kyle Shanahan in this postseason, the one that learned from the previous postseason he was with here in San Francisco when they made it all the way to the big dance and got a little bit and let the team come back and win the Super Bowl. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I think we really smack them, man. I do. I think we smack them. I don't think it's a close game at all.
I'm not ready to say smacking yet. I think.
Wait.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, we smacking them boys, baby.
Oh God. I need to look at a couple more things before I come out and say, yeah, that's right, King Josh. 49er fans are delusional. Thanks. I can't say right now. Are we going to do another show before this game? Obviously not the pregame.
I don't know. I got a funeral on Saturday. Sunday's my daughter's birthday. I don't know. Why you trying to do a Patreon tomorrow?
I don't know, man.
Tomorrow. Patreon tomorrow.
You know what? I'm gonna say. I think the Niners pull out of it with a W.
Okay.
You do.
All right, man.
I just think the Niners are a team that does things that you need to do well, and being on the road, it makes it better. Also, our fan base travels well, so expect to see a lot of red.
Did you see the video of Matt Stafford's wife talking about how bad the noise was?
Yeah, she was complaining.
Imagine what he had to say in order for her to go on the radio and say that.
I don't think it's going to be to that capacity, but I will tell you, there are going to be Niner fans there. So I just the one thing that's holding me back is Jimmy, man. I can't. That's the one thing that's holding me, the uncertainty of Jimmy. But I mean, listen, it is what it is. The Niners are my team. Whoever it is, I'm going to go with it. I think they're going to beat them. I think it's going to be close. I'm not going to give a score, but yeah, I think they come out with a W. I think Kyle's got a little bit of something to prove right now.
All right, 2 people on the show that think the Niners are going to win. And I'm not surprised by that because you guys see what we're wearing and all. But I have been on this show before, and you guys know me. I'll pick against the Niners. Done it before. I did it twice this year with the Rams. There's no shame in my game. If I don't think we're going to win the game, I got no problem saying it. I will say this. This is a lot.
Oh, God.
This is a lot. We are not losing. We can't lose to the Cowboys. The Niners can have their worst game of the season. They're still going to beat the Cowboys.
Wow. Really?
They are not. This is a lock. It's a lock.
You think it's a lock that they win this?
Tony, it's a lock. I wish I had a sound effect for locks, bro. It's over. I don't have one. But yeah, it's a lock, bro. I'm not even kidding.
So by saying a lock, what do you mean? Are they going to physically beat them in a run game? Are they going to pound and ground them? Are they going to?
I'm saying that at our worst, we still win this game outright. At our worst, we're still going to win this game outright. That means that's a lock. That's a lock for me. And I still have us with the double-digit win.
Really?
Yep. I am not worried about it at all. I can't think of a reason or a way this Cowboy team. Listen, these Cowboys receivers are not better than the receivers we've played against in Cincinnati. In fact,
now I agree with that. And I said that in the spaces. They said you guys have never played a wide receiver core like Dallas. And I said, well, wait a second. I said, Cincinnati probably has the best wide receiving core in the league. So
yes.
That's not who we played.
Right.
And he was kind of like, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, I'm not going to argue. I don't want to argue. This is just friendly talking, back and forth. You say your piece, we say our piece, whatever. And then I just kind of just left it, and I was just listening for the rest of the way. But in my opinion, I think the toughest wide receiver core that we faced was the Cincinnati Bengals. And I would even be willing to put the Seattle wide receiver core over what they have right now between Lockett and DK. That's just me. I just think DK is a freak athlete, but and the way and how accurate Russell is, and I'm not saying the receivers are better, but how accurate Russell is, but with dropping dimes, I just feel like
that's ugly. Seattle finished with 129 passing yards in one game and 181 in the other game.
I just think I'm saying before they made the switch in his offense. I'm saying Seattle last year.
I got you. Okay.
Like I'm saying talented that we faced, I think Seattle probably between Lockett, DK, and who was the other guy that was there? They had that little the little guy, the rookie last year. A little short, fast guy. He was pretty good too. But I just feel like their best wide receiver is CeeDee Lamb. This guy was telling me it's Cooper. I disagree with it.
They're still not better, man. They're still not better. And not for nothing, the Bengals rushing game is also better than the Cowboys rushing attack right now. It is. And so we held listen, man, I am not worried about this game. I am not worried about it. They have a defense that gives up a lot of yards, a defense that gives up points. And the defense is like stubborn at times. Like there's certain games where they just match up well and they do it. Like this is a defense. Let me try to give them some respect here. They helped the Chiefs to 19 points. But this was the Chiefs that were struggling all year long. This was like in the beginning of the season when people thought, oh, it's over for the Chiefs. It's over for the Chiefs. They caught them in that streak. You know what I'm saying? And they held the Chiefs to 19 points.
That's another wide receiver core we played. Vikings between Thielen and Jefferson, and the other guy, the slot guy. I forgot his name too.
I picked him up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I picked him up in my league too. I don't remember his name, but like it's not about trying to like knock down the Cowboys, but don't come at us saying we're the best at this, we're the best at that.
I am trying to knock down the Cowboys.
Okay.
The Cowboys have benefited from playing in that punk ass NFC East division. If they want to have a conversation about it, talk about the sorry ass schedule you guys have played this year. The Cowboys have not played anybody worth their weight in salt, and the teams they have played that are worth it all beat them. The Cowboys have beat up on bums all year long. I know you don't make your schedule. You can only play the teams that you've gone against. I understand that. But don't come on the 49ers page talking like you guys have played a team that's the caliber of the 49ers. You haven't. You put up 50 points against the Eagles' backups. You put up 50-plus points against Washington when they had 18 players on the COVID list. Stop it. You put up 46, 49, whatever it was, against the Falcons. The Falcons, bro, come on, man. Don't do this to yourself. Don't come in here in this chat and embarrass yourself. Because when you played against teams with winning records or teams that made it to the postseason, you didn't beat a single one of them. You didn't beat a single one of them. You guys have that Panther schedule from the year they went 15-1. That's the schedule you guys got this year. I've seen the schedule. I've seen the tape. You guys don't beat teams that know what they're doing. You guys are about to get circles coached around you. Our coaching staff is going to do circles around them. They don't stand a chance, bro. They don't stand a chance. Sorry. Ready to go?
Roll with it.
I'm sorry, man. You can look at their schedule and you can see it. There's nothing there, bro.
No, of course. I understand that. I mean, like, but I don't know. I just feel, the way I think. I think of what quarterback is coming here. Like, what quarterback's showing up? And I'm afraid, like, if they're in a situation where they need to become one-dimensional, I don't like that. But listen, we'll see. We'll see.
You said when they're in a situation they have to become what?
One-dimensional.
one-dimensional. Oh,
Meaning if he throws that ball more than 25 times and he breaks 30 and he's throwing for 300 yards, that's where I think this team gets in trouble. Because it's more times that he could screw up. You want to limit the times that he could actually make a mistake. So with that being said, is that's where the creativity comes in with the tunnel screens, the reverses, the toss sweep with the pass off of it now that they put on film. Kyle just keeps adding film on top of film on top of film. And this guy, that's another thing. This guy's main argument was, yeah, well, what's the defensive coordinator there? Fuck, I forgot his name.
Dan Quinn.
Quinn coached with Kyle, and he knows his tendencies. Well, last time Kyle was in a situation like this, playing with or coaching against somebody who he previously worked under, Mike Pettin, and you remember what happened to the Packers. He pretty much owned them during that time. So with that being said, I'm not worried about it because Kyle has things that he don't tell people. He sure as hell ain't going to tell a head coach that's a defensive-minded coach because you never know what's going to happen in the future. You know, a genius doesn't let his secrets out of his bag, if you know what I'm saying. Like, you know, your student, you're going to teach him X, Y, and Z, but you're not going to give him the full alphabet with it too because you never want to see your student beat you as the teacher. So with that being said, Kyle has had success going up against people he's worked with or worked for. So, listen, I understand Quinn made adjustments to his defense. I agree with it. I see it. It's not strictly a cover three. He plays two deeps a couple times. He plays a lot of man in his defense with these corners. But I will tell you this: you could run. You could run on his defense. You could run on his corners because they don't stop the run well. And as far as their weakness in defending the field in the passing game, the middle. Where's Jimmy's strength? The middle. So with all that being said, I think my personal opinion is it's going to be a good game. I think Kyle is going to play the head game with these young guys on defense to try to get them see how well coached up they are and how disciplined they are. And I think he's probably going to have success. So, I mean, I know you think we're going to shellac him by 21. But
they're getting whipped, baby. They're getting whipped.
Hey, Josh King, I got a question for you, buddy. Is that a Michael Irvin picture that you have on your avatar? Because I'm just saying, Michael Irvin's scared shit about facing his Niners team. He said it flat out on national media. So I'm not saying, you know, I'm guaranteeing a win, but I think you should pump the brakes with the 42-13 when you have a former player, an all-pro Hall of Fame player, saying that this was the matchup he did not want to see. So I think we need to step back, you know, reevaluate before you drop a 42-13 score prediction on us.
It's so weird. It's so weird. Like, for a team that's done like no adversity all year long. Like, oh my God. Look at their schedule, bro. Look at their schedule. Have you heard the teams they played this year?
I want to ask your opinion. I want you to look at this. I want you to look at their schedule and tell me who's the team with probably the most unstable or unpredictable offensive game plan that they faced. Look at their schedule. Like a team that's truly hard to defend because you really got to play to your assignments. Look at that schedule. Tell me the one team that you thought was that.
Possibly the Chiefs.
That was the one team that I said to this guy.
Possibly the Chiefs. I mean,
and he told me their offense is better than ours.
Whose offense is better than ours?
Chiefs. And I said, no, it's not. Because if you look at the structure and the design.
The problem with that is.
It's advanced.
When Andy Reid wants to get in his bag and go, like he does. But they're nowhere near as consistent as we are as far as consistently, like the output. They're not. I'm sorry, they're not. So I'm trying to think. I'm looking at their schedule here. There isn't another team like that.
You understand what I'm saying? That's what I said in the space. I said the one team that you really have to play sound assignment football and study and read your keys is the Kansas City Chiefs, and they beat you. So you're coming in here with a team that has even more variety to their offensive plan of attack, more weapons across the board. May not be the fastest, but you have versatility across the board. You have a running back that can line up as a receiver. You have a receiver that can line up as a running back. You have a tight end that can line up as a wide receiver. So it's all strategically placing these people in favorable matchups, of course, for the 49ers, taking advantage of the defense of the Cowboys. So with that being said, that's where I think the upper hand is. And what I'm trying to say is it's going to be Kyle Shanahan versus Dan Quinn, and I think Kyle Shanahan has the advantage, because don't think for 1 minute Kyle Shanahan's not helping DeMeco Ryans to work and try to come up with a scheme to slow that offense down. And not to mention the fact, what we said on the show yesterday, James Betcher faced the Cowboys twice when he was with the Giants, and he had a top 5 defense with the Giants statistically, and now he's with the 49ers. So it's going to be interesting.
He let the Broncos put a 30. The Broncos, bro. That's terrible, man. That's terrible. Their leading rusher is CeeDee Lamb with 79 receptions, 1,100 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Receiver. Our leading receiver is Deebo Samuel, 77 receptions, 1,400 receiving yards, and 6 touchdowns. Their leading rusher is Ezekiel Elliott, 237 rushes, 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns.
Pollard scares me more.
No, he should. He's the better, more effective guy right now. Elijah Mitchell, 207 rushing attempts, 963 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Man, let me see here. The last 5 matchups. Here you go. You Cowboys guys, you guys want something to cheer about? Here you go. Last 5 times we've played, 49ers have only won one of those times. All right, so that'll make you guys feel better tonight. You can hang your hat on that. I know a lot of times you have to find something, right? There's got to be something somewhere out there that you can say, well, look at what happened. So Niners fans did it all week when we played the Rams. Last 5 times we beat them. You go, Cowboys. You guys can do something like that, okay? See if that works for you. We have a better road record this year than they have a home record this year. That's crazy.
Say that again?
We have a better road record
Yes.
than they have a home record.
Yes.
We've won more games on the road than they've won at home this year. It does not bode well for them. It doesn't. Points scored per game. We're at 25.1. They're at 31.2. Points allowed per game. 21.5 for us, 21.1 for them. Let me see here. Passing yards per game. 248 for us, 282 for them. Rushing yards per game, 127 for us, 124 for them. Defensive yards per game, 206 for us, 238 for them. That was passing yards a game. And defensive rushing yards a game, 103 for us, 112 for them. Dun, dun, dun. It's going to be great. I cannot wait to see this game play out. I cannot wait. This is going to be so good. All right, man. As long as I don't let my mom in the house, we'll be okay, man. I got nothing else for you, man. Let's get out of here, bro. I'm ready to go home. Let's do it, man. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But always
remain faithful.
We're out of here, guys. Peace.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey, see, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, we them nothing but Niners.
Niners. We nothing but Niners.